Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how, as a developer, it's important to be playful. Okay, so I talk a lot about software projects on this channel, and most of the software projects that we do can be divided into two groups. We have client projects and we got our own projects. So our own projects are our own applications that generate revenue for us. And each of those two groups has two ways of doing it. The number one is if I'm coding it myself. Number two is if I have my developers or we're hiring somebody else to do it. So there's like four different segments. I think about this like if I had a quadrant, that's what I would do. And the one that I like the most, like if I had to choose only one, is I like it when I'm coding it myself, for myself, my own application. Because in those kind of situations, it's a lot more playful. Like if you're a software developer, you know the joy of coding, right? You know the joy of coding and you know the slog of coding. A lot of times the reason we do this coding for fun sometimes, is because it is fun. It's fun to create something and see it work, to try something new. And this is why if you're a software developer, if you're anything like me, you probably got a bunch of partially started projects sitting somewhere or half finished. You never got around to finishing them because it's fun to do. In fact, I think my skills grow more when we have the playful attitude towards finishing something. Now, if I'm coding something for a client application, I have deadlines, I have to get it done. It's, you know, we're going to somebody else's spec. If somebody else is doing it for me, it's still fun because I get to design it. If it's for a client, it's still fun to have them say, yeah, this is great, really enjoy this and everything like that. But nothing is as much fun as coding it yourself, right? And these half-finished projects, I used to look at them as a failure. Look at these, oh yeah, I started this project last year, but I never finished it, or I started this. But a lot of the times, when I take on a new job or a new contract someplace, it's those projects that I had started with full intentions of finishing, but the playfulness ran out, you know, because you have that one little core bit that you really like to work on. Oh, I'll see if I can integrate with this. I'll see if I could do that. Connect to that API or do whatever, and you accomplish that, and then you get the boring parts, which are like, okay, I need to do a login form. I need to have authentication, all that kind of stuff, which you do again and again, which becomes the work side of it, and that's usually when it drifts off. But it's that kind of playfulness that makes you better as a developer. So my message today, I just want to talk a little bit about that. We forget about how fun coding could be sometimes. I mean, one of my kids, he made an app when he was 12 or 13, and it was a lot of spaghetti code. It wasn't very disciplined, but he did it because it was fun to create something and see how it runs. And I think this is something that indie developers have over other developers, over larger companies, because we have the playfulness, the joy of creation, putting something out there and doing that. I mean, and I've also known other developers who are they just can't be playful. Even if it's their own application, they're like, ooh, I don't know, is this gonna mess up? I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. Is everything? And you just have to just enjoy the process, right? And anyway, it's a very simple message today. I just want to talk about it a little bit today. You know, I get much more enjoyment out of coding my own applications for myself, seeing how it runs, having processes that run. And a lot of times I keep thinking, I need to stop coding. I need to start getting more into the business side of things. But the reason I keep doing it is because it's fun. So let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy coding? Do you always think of it at work? Most of the time, if you're getting paid for it, it might be fun in the beginning, might be fun for certain parts of it, but it does take the joy out of it. If you've ever read Drive by Daniel Pink, you know how once you start getting paid for something, the dynamics change and it starts to be fun. It starts to become work. So you have to value those personal projects that you have. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Am I just talking out of my butt today? That is it for today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.